Hello students, welcome to class. Let me ask you this question. Why are so many members of the LGBTQ community vegan phobic, speciesist, carnists who are cruel? Why is that? You would think that because these people have been through oppression, and because a lot of them, not everyone, says that they are oppressed, that they would be a lot more sensitive and kind. And when you point out to them that, by the way, if you don't want to be oppressed, maybe you shouldn't oppress, you would think that they would say, oh yeah, my heart goes out to you. For sure, I'm going to stop eating the animals. So why is it that this group is not more sensitive than the average person? Well, my theory is that there's no such thing as a community when it comes to the LGBTQ. They say there's a community, but there isn't. There's just a bunch of individuals. Are there vegans who are lesbian? Yeah. Are there vegans who are pansexual? Yep. Are there vegans who are bisexual? Uh-huh. I'm one of them. Are there vegans who are trans people? Of course there are. Let's go, we could go on into all of these different classifications. But the reality is there are also people who are bisexual who are not vegan. They don't give a shit about the animals. They don't care about the suffering of others. There are some trans people who are pretty cruel. They keep eating dead animals. They keep paying people to murder them. They keep contributing to the rape, torture, murder, enslavement of these innocent animals, even when they know what happens. Does that make me transphobic? No, it doesn't. So let's get that straight. There is no such thing as a community when it comes to the LGBTQ. There are only individuals, good individuals and bad individuals. People that realize that abuse is wrong and people that realize that abuse is there, but they don't care. So let's look at this song. This is a song that I composed that was on TikTok. And the reason that it's cut off a little bit here is because when you transpose something from TikTok to Instagram, I'm looking at my Instagram account now, it just cuts off that way. So I know many of you have already peeked ahead at the lyrics because you're doing what I would have done too. But we're going to go over all of the lyrics here in this song. I'm going to first let you listen to it just so you know that there is a melody to it. I know you guys don't like my singing, but that's the way it is. That's what I'm putting out there in the world. And then we're going to go over all of the lyrics one at a time. And my hope here is that I'm going to convince you that if you're a member of the LGBTQ community, you should be vegan, you should stop being a hypocrite, and you should help us to celebrate Vegan Pride Day and Happy Vegan Declaration Day. And those days are every day. We should be proud that we are not contributing to the suffering of others. So let's listen to the song.
We're coming out of the closet today. We're proud to announce we were born this way. We don't need no conversion therapy. We just need to live our ethical vegan lives openly. We're not too happy that our palates were raped when we were young and you shoved death on our plates. If we'd have known the violence this came from, we'd have said no way I'm consenting to that, 'cause I know right from wrong. Happy Vegan Pride Day, Happy Vegan Declaration Day. Thanks for the parade and for supporting us this way. Be kindly vegan. Thanks so much for the hugs and gifts. We love the veggies, fruits, nuts, seeds, and tofu. We love the party music and that you're all becoming vegan too. You're gonna help us save the animals and the planet. Happy Vegan Pride Day to me and you.
There you go. That's the song. So this is a song of hope. Is the way that people who come out of the closet as members of the vegan community feel. Now, is there such a thing as a vegan community? Actually, we could argue that too, right? Because there are some vegans who are actually not that nice. Some vegans are racist. Some vegans are homophobic. I mean, I haven't seen too many of them, but the truth is that some vegans, can be cruel, and some of them are just amazing all around. But let's have a look at the lyrics here. Okay, so the reason that I put this thing born this way here is because I truly believe that we were actually all born vegan. When we come out of our mother's uterus, we join the world as somebody who drinks her milk, which is vegan, and we become these little children, these infants who don't want to hurt animals. Like when you were little, did you actually enjoy kicking the cat or hurting the dog. No, most of you wanted to be kind to animals. You didn't want your parents to pay somebody to kill a pig, a chicken, or a cow for you. I know I didn't. I didn't know what was going on when my mom was feeding me, beef and put hamburger meat in the spaghetti sauce and stuff like that. I didn't really clue in. I had no idea about the suffering these animals went through. And if I had been given the choice, do you want this hot dog or would you rather have this other meal where we don't have to hurt these animals? I'm sure most of us would have said, you know what, let's not hurt the animals, especially if we would have had to see it in front of our own eyes. Imagine that. If your dad brings home an animal or your mom does and they say, okay, kids, it's time to kill the animal. Got to kill this baby pig now, 6 months old baby pigs. That's how old they are when we kill them for bacon, sausage, and ham. If you as a child would have had to partake in that and take the knife and stab the animal, wouldn't you have said to your parents, you know what, no, let's just play with the baby pig. Let's just play and hang out with the chickens. I don't want to hurt them. What do you mean we're going to slice this cow's neck? No. We are all born vegan, except for a tiny percentage of people who are psychopaths. There's always 1% of the population who just really are evil to the core and don't care. But the rest, the vast majority of people, they do have some sort of a caring heart. So our job is to bring that back to their memory, to remind them that they were born vegan. So in this case, I'm saying we're coming out of the closet today. We're proud to announce we were born this way. We don't need no conversion therapy. We just need to live our ethical vegan lives openly. So what does that mean? Well, conversion therapy is something that is sometimes still used to try to convince people that are gay that they shouldn't be gay. Come on, you're not really gay, are you? And it's crazy because if you're born gay and you're born as somebody who is attracted to a member of the opposite sex, you're not hurting anybody. There's nothing wrong with it. So why would you want to try to convert somebody? It doesn't make any sense. Just let people be who they want to be. And let them love who they want to love. So we're not too happy that our palates were raped. That's the next sentence. Now, we're not too happy that somebody raped our palates. Now, what does the word rape mean? Well, it means to forcefully pin somebody down and force an object or a body part into them. So when I'm talking about a palate, I'm talking about a part of your mouth. A part of your mouth was raped. You were, as a child, given a spoonful of food, and this was not something that you consented to because you didn't know what it was. It would be like somebody today, like in a restaurant, or you go to a friend's house or something, and you really love bunny rabbits, let's say, and your friend makes a stew, and they say, oh, we're just having beef stew, and then you find out later that they murdered a rabbit and they put it in there. Like, you didn't consent to eat the rabbit. You understand? So it would be a form of raping you because they are doing something to you. They are, and it's not even along the same lines, really, because when you're a kid, you have no choice, right? You're literally being told, open your mouth, and you're just taking in whatever your mom and dad tell you to take in. So I'm urging parents not to give their kids any non-vegan foods. Only feed your kids vegan foods and allow them, when they're 18 years old, when they're adults, to decide for themselves whether they want to pay for these terrible cycles of violence that occur. I mean, I happen to think that animals deserve a Bill of Rights. That's why I wear this shirt. I think that animals should have a right to their body integrity, a right to not be murdered, a right to not be enslaved, put behind bars, a right to not be taken out of the oceans and put into swimming pools for our entertainment. All of these things. Does this mean that I think that animals should have a right to vote? Well, no, because they don't have the mental ability, just like we don't let 3-year-olds vote, right? You need to know a little bit about what's going on in society. But should we protect them in the way that we protect children? Yes. Yes, we should. So let's go on. All right. So we're not too happy that our palates were raped when we were young and you shoved death on our plates. So this is how I feel. I wish that I had been given a right to decide when I was younger. And many people do. And there are some people who are born vegan and their parents do not ever give them dead animals. They don't give them the milk that was stolen from cows. They don't give them eggs that were stolen from chickens. And those kids grow up and they're completely healthy and they are really able to remain vegan, which is the way that we were all born. So let's go and continue here. If we had known where this came from, we'd have said, no way I'm consenting. I know right from wrong, right? Think about it. If you could go back in time and you could be a child again and you had the right to choose, wouldn't you be proud of yourself? Wouldn't you be happy right now if you knew that you had never eaten any animals and you were still the same as you are? You have the same muscle, you're as intelligent in every way, but you didn't contribute to murdering so many animals? I mean, think about how many animals you are part of murdering in your lifetime. First of all, whatever happened in the past it's not really your fault, but you can change now going forward. So the song says, Happy Vegan Pride Day, Happy Vegan Declaration Day. Thanks for the parade and for supporting us this way. So of course the song is a bit of a joke because right now in society we do have Pride Days for the LGBTQ community. I've walked in them, I've sang in them, I've taken pictures of them, I've advertised them, I have a flag, all of that stuff. But what happens when someone comes out of the closet as a member of as a vegan? What happens? Do you think that they get treated this way? Is there a parade for vegans? Now, you could even argue that vegans are better than members of the LGBTQ community. Members of the LGBTQ community are just average people. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're garbage picker-uppers. They're just people who, some are nice, some are not. Some litter, some don't. Some are environmentalists, some aren't. Some are vegan, or have at least acknowledged that they're vegan now. Again, I maintain that we were all born vegan. We just need to tap back into it. So what I'm saying here is that wouldn't it be great if when you came out of the closet as an animal defender, people were actually happy for you? Your family would say, great, we support you, instead of, oh my God, no, what the fuck am I going to feed you? Why do you want to do this crazy thing? What kind of a crazy phase are you going through now? Have you been listening to that crazy vegan teacher? Right? That's what actually happens. There is so much vegan phobia, and even within the LGBTQ community. If you have two moms, two lesbians, and they have a couple of kids that they've either adopted or whatever, they got them somehow, and one of the teenagers comes out of the closet as a member of the vegan club. There's no such thing, right? We're all individuals, but somebody comes out and says, I'm vegan. What do you think that those two lesbian moms do? Do you think they're all super happy and proud and like, oh my God, that's so great. Let's all be vegan. Let's all stop bringing dead animals into the house. Let's all stop bringing stolen cow's milk into the house. Let's all stop bringing eggs that were stolen into the house. Do you think that those two lesbians do that? No, not any more than the average person. In that regard, you would think that a more of a percentage of the LGBTQ community would be vegan. It only makes sense. But if you saw the comment section from this video, you can go and have a look at it. I mean, it's insane. People are just freaking out. They don't understand. Instead of them saying, oh yeah, that's a good point. You know, I'm bisexual, or I'm pansexual, or I'm a lesbian, and you know, what you're saying here makes sense. I should be more supportive of people who are vegan. I should be vegan myself. But that's not what happens. I find that very interesting. And that's why I don't believe that there is such a thing as a community and that we are all individuals. So thanks so much for the hugs and gifts. Like, hey, happy Vegan Declaration Day, happy Vegan Pride Day. Here, have a gift. I'm so proud of you. Here, let me take you out for a nice vegan meal. You've been vegan for a year? Well, let's celebrate. Do they do that? Or when teenagers come out of the closet as vegans, do their parents say, oh my God, this is so great. You know what? Let's go shopping together and let's only buy veggies, fruits, nuts, and seeds. Let's put those in our shopping cart because we know that peace begins on our plate. So let's open up our heart and let's be vegan. Is that what the parents do? No, not very often. Sometimes, and I have lots of teenagers who contact me, they tell me that their parents are extremely unsupportive. I've had kids tell me that they've gotten hit by their dads when they said they refused to eat meat that's on the table. The parents get very offended. Why? Why would you get offended when your child is being so wonderful? Your child is trying to save animals. That's messed up. And this is even people who are born to parents who are members of the LGBTQ community. How can you be that way when you know how wrong oppression is? Be morally consistent. That's what I'm asking. And the same goes for people who have darker skin or whatever the fuck your skin color is. There's no excuse for animal abuse. There's just none. No matter what community you are in. If you're an older person, a younger person, when people come out as vegan around you, your job is to be kind to them. To congratulate them for being kind. To congratulate them for caring, for giving a shit. So, we love the veggies, fruits, nuts, and seeds and tofu. We love the party music, and you're becoming vegan too. Wouldn't that be great?
We're coming
let's listen again.
out of the closet today. We're proud to announce we were born this way. We don't need no conversion therapy. We just need to live our ethical vegan lives openly. We're not too happy that our palates were raped when we were young and you shoved death on our plates. If we'd have known the violence this came from, we'd have said, no way I'm consenting to that, 'cause I know right from wrong. Happy Vegan Pride Day. Happy Vegan Declaration Day. Thanks for the parade and for supporting us this way. Be kindly vegan. Thanks so much for the hugs and gifts. We love the veggies, fruits, nuts, seeds, and tofu. We love the party music and that you're all becoming vegan too. You're gonna help us save the animals and the planet. Happy Vegan Pride Day to me and you.
There you go. And if you can see, it says bully free zone there. You see? Bully free zone. So, what have we learned today? We've learned that people can be prejudiced no matter what community they're in. We've also learned that there's not really such a thing as a community. These are just a bunch of individuals who are either good or bad. They are all from different walks of life, different ages. They might share one thing in common, which is that they're not necessarily attracted to somebody of the opposite gender, but it's so complicated. And my plea to you all is to really look at this song. And when somebody tells you that they're vegan, remember how it felt when you came out of the closet, and treat them the way that you would want to be treated. If somebody comes out of the closet as an animal defender, as a vegan, they were born that way. Try to tap into who you were born as. Were you born as somebody who wants to hurt animals, who wanted to? Or were you born as somebody who wanted to defend them? Somebody who wants to pet them and to play with them and to take pictures of them. Right? So, I don't know if this helped you to understand where I'm coming from. People ask me, do I support the LGBTQ and Black Lives Matter and all of this? Well, Black Lives Matter is the whole thing because that is an actual organization. Do I support anyone of any skin color? Yes. Do I support people that they should come and be themselves? Yes. Yeah. Let's be kind to each other. But don't start complaining about how oppressed you are in whatever group you are while you are stepping on the neck of a pig, a chicken, or a cow and not allowing them to breathe. Don't then start screaming about your rights while you are taking away the rights of another innocent being. Allow everyone to breathe. Allow everyone to live. Be kind. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. And that means being vegan. For help going vegan, go to howdoigovegan.com. And again, I repeat often the same videos that you should watch to really understand what we're talking about here. Do not start writing all over the comment section if you haven't educated yourself yet. Instead, take a pen and write down these. Dominion Movement. That's an important documentary. Earthlings is another one. Cowspiracy. Seaspiracy. Forks Over Knives. The Game Changers. What the Health. And right here on YouTube, a 5-minute documentary called Dairy is Scary, which will show you why the dairy industry is terrible and you must stop drinking milk and eating any cheese that comes from dairy and switch over to completely dairy-free and to vegan foods. All of us can do it. All of us have a responsibility to do the best that we can, to be as vegan as possible. If you haven't yet subscribed, have a look down and see if you've subscribed. There's a button there and click it. go ahead and tap the notification bell. Then you can be here with me. We're all learning together. I am somebody who also changes, by the way. If I have views from 2 years ago, it's possible that I have evolved and changed. Right now, this is how I feel about this subject. Given the information I have, given how much I've looked at it, I've studied it, these are the conclusions that I came to. Vegan phobia exists and it is wrong. Those of you who are members of the LGBTQ community, don't be vegan phobic. If you don't want people to be homophobic and be prejudiced against you, then don't be prejudiced against the animals. Don't be speciesist. Another way to say it is speciesist. All right, coming up on the screen are going to be a bunch of other videos. Have a look around at my site. Be curious, click around, and I will see you all in the next video. Oh, I forgot. Got to hug ourselves. Hands up. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. I mean, like a big one, not just like a real, give yourself a big hug, all right? Because I know, I do know that everyone is fighting a battle that the rest of us know nothing about. And we are really our own best friend in this world. People come and go, but we are always there. So be kind to yourself. Like really, I mean it. When you see yourself in the mirror, give yourself a wink and say, hey cutie, hey, I see how hard you're trying. And then, you can give yourself a little kick too and say, hey, you didn't floss your teeth today, and get back in there. Or, hey, did you really need to eat that dead animal today? Did you really need to pay somebody to hurt an animal? No, try harder. Head towards veganism, but do it with love for yourself. You can get there. It takes 100 clicks until you become vegan. It has to get into your head. You have to understand that you can be vegan, and you have to feel it with your heart. You have to relate to other groups, relate to the idea of oppression, and realize that you don't want to oppress others. So coming up on the screen are going to be a bunch of other videos. Have a look at them and be curious. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.